Relationships suffer is because it's typically a competition and both people are trying to diminish how much they're going to lose.
I am not my husband's enemy. He should not be viewed as my enemy. But when you all don't have the right perspective of that person and who they are and the role in the relationship or the marriage, then you start butting heads.
Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them.
Your tone and how you speak to us. I am not your child. Don't talk to me like I'm your child. Don't chastise me like I'm your child. I'm a grown woman. Welcome to another episode of Becoming with Angelina Watkins, where we are turning dreamers into believers and doers. This is a podcast here to help you get out of your own way, overcome the hurdles of your past so that you can walk in purpose, so you can live an abundant life. And I'm your host, Angelina Watkins, your queen of becoming, here to help you become who you need to be so that you can do what your purpose to do, so you can live the life that you want to live. And me and my guests are here to give you a fresh perspective and the blueprint doing that love, life, and money. So we're just going to get into this. We're not going to waste any time. I'm going to first talk about competition versus complementing, because it starts with the mindset and our perspective of who we are and who that person is in our life. And when you're in a relationship and in a marriage, you have to ask yourself, am I competing with you or am I complimenting you? It's who I am complimenting you in this relationship. Marriage is supposed to be a partnership. We're supposed to work together. But a lot of times in marriage and in relationships, we're not working together. We're too busy competing against each other to work together. So let's take a listen at this and then we'll talk a little bit.
It's what I hear. And I think that relationships suffer is because it's typically a competition and both people are trying to diminish how much they're going to lose. How much ground am I going to lose if I lose this argument? How much authority am I going to lose if I don't say this thing? How much am I going to lose? And so when you're competing for the loss, then you cannot ascertain the gain.
We're competing. We both are deciding, how much am I going to lose if I lose this argument? How much am I going to lose in groundwork as far as authority, as far as leadership, as far as control? How much am I going to lose if I don't go take this all the way and I bow down? That's competing. When we're arguing to be right, when we're arguing to be ahead of the other person, when we're arguing to make that other person look bad, feel bad, when we're arguing to be the person that's on top, that's that person who wants to, we always got to get the last word in an argument. You can't be quiet. You got to get the last word because you want to be right. You want to justify yourself. You always trying to explain yourself, and you're going to keep on going. And if we're not listening, you want to get louder in your tone because you think louder makes you right? And this is men and women. We both do it because we're competing instead of complimenting. Marriage is not supposed to be a competition. I am not my husband's enemy. He should not be viewed as my enemy. But when you all don't have the right perspective of that person and who they are and the role in the relationship or the marriage, then you start butting heads. And we're not communicating properly, and we're not working together to resolve conflict, and we're not working together to make decisions, and we're not valuing each other. We're talking down to each other and demeaning each other instead of uplifting each other and holding each other up. We're not encouraging and supporting each other in our goals, in our purpose, and what we're trying to do. Instead, it's all about you, right? And we have to change how we're showing up. We have to change our perspective. We have to start seeing our spouse for who they are. Now, in the last episode, I talked about the man needing to know his woman. But the woman also needs to know her man. Now, I think a lot of times women are a little bit more in tune because we're just wired that way. We're emotionally wired that way to be more in tune with our men and to kind of hear what they're saying and be able to say and mark that this is what he said he wanted. And this is where he said he wanted to go, and then make that happen for you, right? Or hear your feelings and hear your thoughts and kind of help you process those things because we're wired that way. But at the same time, the woman needs to know that the man is not her competition, that he shouldn't be against her, right? But we sometimes do get defensive if it's like the man is not being supportive and you're not being encouraging and you're dogging us out and you're putting us down and nothing that we ever do is good enough. We've got to get to a place in these marriages where we're not competing with each other, but we're complementing each other in our personalities and in our goals and who we are. Our strengths and weaknesses are working together. Where I'm strong, you may be weak. Where you're strong, I might be weak. And that's why we got to hold this thing up together. But somewhere in that Tackle the Text, he talked about the fact that we both are holding this up. But there's going to be times where one is a little bit stronger because the other one may be going through something and they can't hold it up. So they got to hold it up for both of them. And then, it might be a time where the woman's got to hold it up for the both of them because the man has fallen short and they've fallen weak. But that's the time when we're working together so I can help you get back up so I don't have to carry it by myself. Right? Or he has to help you and bring you back up so he doesn't have to carry it by himself because it's a partnership. You're supposed to be working this thing together, and we're working against each other. We're working against each other in the things that we want to do and where we want to go, and the things that we want to achieve and how we want our family. We're not working together, and we got to learn how to work together.
I'm going to talk about it from both ways, and I'll start with us men because the Bible says in Colossians 3:19, it says, husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. Yeah. I think, and I've learned this, one of the things that causes a woman to lock the keys to her heart, and I know infidelity will do it.
Yes, sir.
I know that not feeling safe will do it.
Yes, sir.
I know that her not being able to trust you will do
Yes,
it.
sir.
You say one thing and do another thing. All of those things do. But I think that one of the biggest doors to a woman's heart that has the most complicated lock, of which only a single key can open, is she is very, very apt not to respond to harshness. That she can forgive you for doing a myriad of different things. But if you are consistently harsh to a woman,
yeah,
I think that locks a door that not even she knows how to always unravel and unlock.
Consistently harsh. That's where you got to pay attention. Consistently harsh. What will make a woman shut down? What will make a woman back up? What's going to make a woman not want to deal with you? Of course, infidelity, all the things he named, not creating a safe place for us, the lying and the cheating, but that harshness, being consistently harsh. Yeah, that's going to make any woman shut down. That's going to make any woman just totally want to not do this anymore and give up. And it's that harshness. It's the way you talk to us. It's your tone. Okay, so we've been talking about men set the tone. It's your tone and how you speak to us. I am not your child. Don't talk to me like I'm your child. Don't chastise me like I'm your child. I'm a grown woman. I have a father. And my father don't even talk to me the way you talk to me. That's how some of us women feel. Don't talk to me like that. It's your tone and how you speak to us. It's your harshness and your rudeness and your disrespect in your words. And then you wonder why we can't come back from that, because you consistently rawr at us, and we're tired. We don't want to hear all of that, and we don't want to keep going through all of that. And we're going to shut down, and we can't come back from that, because at some point we become mad and angry. We're frustrated. We're bitter. We're resentful. We're regretful that we ever got into this relationship. And what do you think is going to happen when that woman has reached her point of no return? When a woman's fed up, that song, when a woman's fed up, right? When that woman gets fed up, it's a wrap. It's over with. And what happens is you do us wrong, you cheat, and we can forgive you, but you got harshness with it. You got nastiness with it. And you got an attitude with what you did to us. You don't create the safe place for us. You're dismissive of our feelings. You're demeaning, you're degrading, and you talk to us like we're kids. That harshness it's consistent. We can't even see and interact with you differently because you're just so harsh all the time. He said the word is consistent. You're consistently harsh in your communication. You're consistently harsh in how you deal with us. You're consistently harsh in how you behave towards us. You're harsh. And you want a woman to get hard? If you want a woman to get cold, if you want a woman to get guarded, if you want a woman to close up and shut down, if you want a woman to walk away, keep being harsh. Keep being harsh. And you're going to get what you get. You're going to get what you get. All right? We've got to change how we're showing up, people. We got to change how we're showing up in relationships. We got to change how we're treating the people that we're with. We got to heal from those things that are causing us to be someone that we were not designed to be. God did not create us to be this way. He did not create us to be nasty and disrespectful and aggressive and demeaning and degrading and dismissive of other people. He created us to be compassionate and understanding and kind and caring. That's what he created us to be. But we're showing up as someone that he didn't create us to be, and we've got to change. We've got to change who we are. We've got to change how we're showing up. But before I leave, I just want to say one more thing about when we talked about the harshness, he mentioned a safe place. And I want to mention that because in my next episode, we're going to talk about a safe place for men. But what about that safe place for a woman? Men, sometimes you don't get what you get. You don't get her creating that atmosphere because she doesn't feel safe. She doesn't feel like she can rely on you. She can depend on you. You don't give her a soft place to land. When you have these women such as myself who are hardworking, we're career oriented, we're, in corporate America, we're doing entrepreneurship, and we are bringing home the bag, and we are handling our business, and we're doing the things that we can do, and we're buying houses and cars, and we still want a man. We may not need a man, but we still want a man because that's the nature in which God has designed men and women. Okay, and I'm not saying that, please, you LGBTQ people, don't get upset with that. But I'm just saying, he designed us to be in relationships. He designed us to be intimate with other people. He designed us to be attached and in tune with someone. And what happens is when we're in a relationship and the man wants to be dismissive, every time we come to you and we want to express ourselves or we want to tell you how we feel, you want to be dismissive of our feelings. You don't want to validate our feelings. You don't want to understand who we are. We begin to see that we can't be vulnerable with you because you don't know us. That goes back to the other episode. You don't know who we are deep down inside. You don't know our desires, our wants, our needs. You don't understand our goals, our purpose of who we are and our personality. You don't know us. And so then we come to you vulnerable, wanting to open and be intimate with you. And you shut us out. You're dismissive of who we are and how we feel. You act like what we're saying that is just horrible. It's not important because it's not important to you. It's not important. It's not important at all. And you don't create a safe place and a soft place for us to land. And then you wonder why we have turned into these mean, angry, bitter, aggressive women that we are, who talk to you the way we talk to you because we've given you back the energy that you gave us. Now, it ain't right. I'm not saying that it's right, and I'm not trying to justify it, but you got to understand you get what you give. You teach who you are, and you teach people how to treat you. And when you treat us like that, then we treat you like that in return. We want a safe place. We want a place where we can be ourselves, where we can flourish in our being and be all that God created us to be. And so, men, we need you to create a safe place for us. We need a place where you can allow us to express ourselves, to be who we are, and to flourish in our being. Okay? Where you are, it's not where you have to be. Your past does not define you. You define you. So heal, transform, and pursue.